Hi guys, Redneck Wannabe here. I hope all is well with you and your family today. So, I'm not one to sit and tell you my philosophy of the world because there's a couple things I know. Number one, I'm not that eloquent, and number two, there's other people out there that are much more entertaining than I am. So I'm not even going to go there. All right, but if you'll bear with me, I have just a quick story for you. But my dad lives with us, and he's 79, and if it's out there, my dad has had it. Stroke, heart attack, you name it. And so a few years ago, he was having these mini strokes. And so we went to the primary care. Primary care said, you need to go see a specialist. So we went to the specialist. Now, I'm not exaggerating. I'm trying to explain things as best I can from memory. Because again, this was 3 years ago, something like that. So we go in. Doc walks in, hey, I'm Dr. So-and-so, how you doing? Sits down. Does not ask us a single question. Doesn't say, hey, how you feeling? What are your symptoms? Nothing. Just sits down, opens up his medical chart, starts reading, and we're maybe three minutes into this now. And so he's looking at it, he goes, okay, here's what I think you have. I think you have such and such. And I think we need to do this. And so he turns around, he's got a computer in the office, and he pulls up a YouTube video, and we watch this YouTube video, 2-3 minutes, and it's whatever procedure. And when he finishes it, he says, so I think this is what you have, this is what we need to do, and so when do you want to schedule it? And we're 5 to 7 minutes into this, and this guy has not asked us a single question and says, okay, I know what's going on, here's what you need to do. And I'm like, whoa, time out. Start asking this doctor questions, and he looks at me like I'm a Martian. He looks at me like he's never been asked questions before. And so needless to say, we did not do it, and my dad has not had one of those since. So that's story number one. Story number two is I was out fishing with a friend of mine the other day, and he's a pharmaceutical sales rep. And I always thought, just sales reps just, go in, hey doc, here's my drug, this is what it does, okay, great, they kick you out. Well, I guess like all things, you become friends with the docs. And so he's telling me on multiple occasions he'll be in a doctor's office, and a doctor will walk in and say, man, I have no clue what to do or what this person has. I'm just flying blind. And I just couldn't believe it. And he said multiple times this happens. And so it just got me to thinking more and more about the medical profession. And, let's take the word profession out, and medical practice, and they're practicing on you and I. And the thing that I realized, especially with that doc, with my dad, was he was going to make money off of us practicing. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't what dad needed, but he was going to make money, the hospital was going to make money, and you and I were going to pay for it. And so, especially when that buddy of mine told me about the docs not having a clue, and then I heard a podcast about what happens when you can't get to a doctor, whether A is zombie apocalypse, or B, Obamacare, and that's bankrupt, we're bankrupt, we have no money, we're out in the sticks, we just can't get there. There's a couple books that I got on eBay for, I think one was $5 and one was $10, and one of them was, and I don't know if this comes out right, or but it's the Merck manual. And with this, it's a thick book, and so you have to do a little bit of legwork with it. But say for example, digestive disorders. It says, okay, insulinemo or whatever, and it says, okay, here's the symptoms, here's the diagnosis, the treatment, here's another whatever, however you want to call it, gastrointestinal bleeding. So you have to do a little bit of legwork. But it looks like this is a doctor that I just paid for $5, maybe $10, and I can put it on the shelf. I don't have to call for an appointment. I don't have to wait for the next appointment's in 2 months. I can pick this up, and with a little bit of elbow grease, I can maybe narrow things down, maybe just as much as a doctor can. Don't know. But it's worth it. So the second thing is the physician's desk reference. Now this is the 2014, and again, I bought this on eBay for $5 or $10. So I'm into these two less than $20, or maybe even equal to $20. But what this physician's desk reference does is it's all about medication. Now, I'm not a medicine guy. I don't want to take medicine. I don't even want to take an aspirin. But with my dad or my neighbor, the zombie apocalypse or Obamacare or whatever, we can't get to a doctor. Maybe this is a pretty good idea. So this, yes, this physician's desk reference, maybe not, but it's good to have. But what this does is it just talks about prescription drugs and sensitivity, how to take it, what to look for, or don't take it if you're whatever, reactions and so forth. So I don't know about this, but it's nice to have around, so anyway, there's one more book and it's not medical, but I just ordered it, and it's the Black's Dictionary of Law or Encyclopedia of Law, something like that. And I was talking to, all right, so here's the way I look at things. It's black, white, and you have the legal gray area. And I'm okay with the legal gray area. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's my attorney, and he saved my bacon one time. But he and I were talking. I'm like, man, I'd like to know something about law, just so so I'm educated. And he's like, dude, I'm your lawyer. I'm like, man, I know you're my lawyer, but I want to know. I just want to understand the process. And I think if you understand the process, that's the first step in fixing whatever's wrong. And so I haven't received that Black's Encyclopedia or Dictionary or what have you, but I'm interested in just looking at it because, especially in such a litigious society that we're in today, I hear terms, thrown around and there's part of me that I think I know what that is, but do I really know? And so I'd really like to have that just for educational purposes. There's no way I would ever try to defend myself or defend somebody else. I'm just not that smart, But those are 3 books, and I bought that Black's on eBay for $5 or $10. So those 3 books, I'm into it. $30, and I just wonder how many thousands of dollars med students or a law student pays to get the information that just some novice like me bought on eBay. And so that would be interesting to know. But anyway, so I hope I never have to use this, but if I do, I'm glad I have this stuff available to me, because I just, especially medical wise, I don't want to go to docs, don't like medicines, don't like, I just don't like that stuff. The way I look at it is, we didn't start getting sick till we started eating all the garbage, and if we eat what we grow, and we look and see, God's got it figured out. If we just look at how our ancestors did it, maybe that's a pretty good way to live. So that's my thinking. I hope this helps. I hope you're able to pick something up out of it. Let me know, comments, suggestions, what have you. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. See ya. Bye.